All right, welcome back. Week one is done, and hopefully y'all didn't, follow these bets as hard as you like. Hopefully you didn't go game for game with me because you would have lost some money. Leave a 5-star review, subscribe. I got it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And with that being said, again, the email is beatingbookie.podcast@gmail.com if you want to email about anything. With that being said, we're just gonna kind of go over the card. Excuse me, kind of see what happens, and gonna react to week one, and then we're gonna go ahead and look at Thursday night. And I actually do have something I will play on this on Thursday night football. Now, first start off Chiefs Ravens, and let me back up real quick. I went 3-5 on straight bets. My props were 0 for 3 because Evan Ingram decided not to participate. Kyler decided to miss Marvin Harrison on a game-winning touchdown because apparently he doesn't dictate where the ball is thrown. The offensive coordinator does. So apparently the offensive coordinator didn't want to run the touchdown play. So with that being said, that prop missed and Kyler's over for yards missed, and it sucks because especially in the NFL. Every time you Google Cardinals game, by the way, it always pulls up the baseball team. That's how you know the nobody cares about the Arizona Cardinals. But looking at the stats, Kyler only threw for 162 yards, which is kind of ridiculous. But that's also what I want to talk about. Bills won that game because the Cardinals lost it, and again down 17. Josh Allen that decides to actually participate and turns into Thanos, and Arizona Cardinals do what they do, and that's choke away leads. So that's kind of frustrating, and that will also lead me into my play for Thursday night. But again, 3 for 5 on the straight up bets, over 3 on the props. Evan Ingram decided not to catch any balls. And with that being said, like Chiefs Ravens under 47.5. If you watch that game, that should have been an over. Like I just like sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes you get unlucky. Over under 47.5, and they won 27-20. And again, it moved to 46.5. And I told people on the podcast later episode to play it, you would have lost. So like that's how like close. That's how like spot on some of these are. Atlanta minus 3.5. I don't know what happened there. That offensive line was not helping Kirk Cousins in any way, shape, or form, and T.J. Watt was destroying that. Like I had the YouTube like the Sunday ticket going, so I had like 4 games on at once. I'm flipping through between one game and another game, but I wanted to see like Atlanta's offense because like I have a bunch of their fantasy players on my team, and dude, T.J. Watt just destroying this offensive line, and Kirk doesn't look that mobile. It scares me a little bit, but I feel like they're gonna be fine. In the end, I feel like they're gonna be fine. But that under hit as well though. Under 42.5 that did hit, which was nice. But let's talk about what didn't happen here. Cardinals 6.5 did happen. Plus 6.5, they're getting 6.5, and they covered by 6, which they should have won because they ran the touchdown play and Kyler didn't see Marvin. But Giants plus 2.5, that was dead right from the rip. I didn't know that Danny Dimes literally can't play quarterback. I thought that defensive line would do good, and they didn't touch Sam Darnold all day. I think they got to him once. They didn't touch Sam Darnold all day. And then really where I lost is the Browns minus 2.5 and Browns Cowboys under 40.5. Now I believe that over under. I didn't see the last 30 seconds of the game, but I heard that over under was ruined with 30 seconds left in the game, which is stupid. Um, and it's frustrating because again, garbage time touchdowns can determine can break an under, can break an over, stuff like that. And then Browns minus 2.5. Oh man, that was one where I thought the book was like they were begging you to bet the Cowboys, and everyone did. And apparently they didn't realize how bad Deshaun was either, because that team is unbettable. Now you can bet against them, but I just man, their defense got torched, and it's no how the offense didn't help the defense either because Deshaun is just horrible. Deshaun is just not good. He's borderline unplayable, and I think like you could start Jameis and you'd probably win more games. Which That actually might be the worst trade of all time, and the worst contract of all time, which is just absolutely crazy. And again, here we go. Let's also talk about the Lions because I know people want to hear about that. My opinion of that Lions Rams game. Here's my opinion. Lions played a C plus game and they still won against a playoff team. Now yes, they're on their third string starting left tackle who was working for Waste Management the other day. You lose a left guard in the middle of the game. There's some other guy who is your right tackle is hurt, so Puka goes out with a knee, and you still barely won. Now again, Lions played C plus game. It's week 1. Everyone's rusty, and you had rookie corners against Stafford, which is just never a good thing to see. But with that being said, you can play C plus games and win. And at the end of the game, when you really needed it, they decided, you know what, we're just gonna run the ball right down your face, and we don't care, and we're gonna win. And that's exactly what they did. So, but I wanna move on to do my Thursday night pick here. Now I'm gonna keep this short because I have things to do, whatever. But it is Buffalo Bills at Miami minus. Their Bills are getting plus 2.5. The over under is 48.5. Now I still can't see the bet differential, so FanDuel, if you want to actually update your website and make it fair for everyone, I would like that. But with that being said, over under is 48.5. This is Dolphins play, and here's why. Bills lost in that last game too. Bills lost the starting cornerback, and now you're going to Miami. It's gonna be hot. I'm sure it's somewhat warm in Buffalo. It's gonna be hot again. Miami at home is very good at home, and I think the Dolphins receivers are going to run all over the Bills. Now I don't know if Waddle is gonna play. He should play because I heard he got hurt and then he came back into the game. But let me see here. Let's pull up the injury report here because I want to make sure I'm right. For week 2, blah blah blah. Buffalo starters, Miami's running backs. Okay, here we go. MiamiDolphins.com. But again, Bills are missing their starting cornerback. One of the starting cornerbacks. They are starting Damar Hamlin at safety. That's how bad it is. And like just looking at this depth chart, if you look at it, tell me, have you heard of any of these names? Rasul Douglas. Actually, I have heard. Taylor Rapp. Okay, everyone's heard of Damar Hamlin, but strictly because of what happened and not because of his amazing play. Let's be real. Christian Benford and Teron Johnson, who just got hurt. So Cam Lewis. If you've heard more than 2 players on that, like if you have heard about more than 2 players on that team, then you're a loser because I don't know who these guys are. So you got a bunch of nobodies going up against Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, and I do not like that. I think the Bills again. I don't think they can stop anybody. Again, I said it last week. I was betting against the Bills because I don't think they're good. And with that being said, I will bet against the Bills again. I think I will do it one more time, and if it doesn't work, maybe I'll reconsider my opinion on them. The over is it looks pretty low. It's 48.5. It's like you could see a 27-24 game easy, and it looks really low. I feel like everyone's betting the over. Again, I don't have the bet differentials here because FanDuel blows cheeks. I would bet over. I think this will be a high-scoring game. Again, I don't think Buffalo has a defense. And although Miami's defense is serviceable, is pretty good, at the same time, you have Josh Allen on the other side, and he makes crap happen. So, again, you get into a shootout, all that stuff. Josh Allen runs for a 65-yard touchdown, clinking beers, all that stuff like that. So, I'm going to play Miami minus 2.5. I'm going to stay away from the over and under, because that just looks way too low. Like, I think, like, for that specific game, I think it should be higher. Like Lions Tampa Bay Bucks is over under 51.5, and this game's only 48.5. Little scary, but you know what? I will play Miami Dolphins minus 2.5. I just don't think the Bills have the defense to do it. I think the Dolphins are going to put 30 up on this team. And again, if you want to look at like prop bets, over under for Tyreek is 96.5. Jalen Waddle is only 63.5. I would consider the overs on both. If you want to do touchdowns, like Tyreek Hill is minus 130 for an anytime touchdown. I don't know if that's worth it. That's just, I don't know if that's worth the money. Jalen Waddle is very interesting at plus 175 though, because again they don't have corners. So, but yeah. With that being said, Dolphins minus 2.5. Let's do it. They're at home. I think they're gonna win. So that being said, hey, there's a little recap. You got through a couple opinions on other games. I know it's a little short, but again, I got things to do. So hey, with that being said, appreciate y'all listening. Subscribe. And I will be back in a couple of days with my full review of week 1 and all the picks and all that. Lean, spread, props. Hopefully they win. So see y'all later.